Yeah, from Bruce Frazier from the Dalton Police Department. But Laura, we were both taking notes, and we'll just kind of go over these and compare what Bruce was saying, so in case people were not clear and couldn't hear.
Right.
One of the main things, I think when we came in, he was talking about someone came in and they heard gunshots inside the school. That was one of the things that we were talking about, were shots fired. Bruce Frazier did there say that someone heard gunshots inside the classrooms, and they notified the SRO and officers who arrived quickly on the scene.
Yeah.
What were some of the other notes that you took?
He also said the teacher locked the door and would not let anyone inside. Someone heard a gunshot fired. There was a very quick response by police, several officers on scene very quickly. Students were evacuated, taken to safety. The teacher surrendered in about 30 to 40 minutes, so that seems like a long time.
Yeah, with an eternity, yeah.
Absolutely, and we're already seeing those text messages from parents to students and vice versa. But yeah, 30 to 45 minutes, that teacher was taken into custody. No students hurt. One did have an ankle injury, I believe, running away from the scene. And right now, Latrice, we are looking at a picture from the outside of Dalton High School, and you can see all those blue lights. It was, huge response by Dalton Police Department. It was a huge response.
They said Dalton Police Department, Georgia State Patrol, all responded to the scene here. Again, as you look at that, and you can see just the large amount of police presence there. Again, not taking any chances with this situation when you hear that there is someone with a gun inside of a school. And also, they were talking about, Lori, that Bruce Frazier from the Dalton Police Department said that once they got into the school, the first thing that they did, they wanted to secure that one area where the teacher was barricaded inside. So that was the first area that they evacuated and got the students out of that area first. Then they moved to other areas of the school. And again, the great news here, no major injuries, only, as you were just saying, that ankle injury, as you can imagine, from people trying to run and trying to get out of the situation, a frantic situation. So that was the only injury that Bruce Frazier reported at that time. And then again, they were asking parents not to come to the school. They transported everyone to the Trade Center. So that is where we want to stress parents should go. And you were talking about how, as kids do today, we text with our kids.
Yes.
So the parents are receiving these messages from kids. And you can imagine, again, just in 2 weeks from today, 2 weeks ago today, what happened in Florida. So parents are saying, hey, you know what? I want to make sure my kid is okay. I want to make sure my child is okay.
It was a very stressful situation.
Very stressful
Parents were frantic. Kids, of course, were frantic. Those text messages started flying. I had talked to a local doctor's office, was calling around to see what's nearby, what are people seeing, what are people hearing, and they were getting calls from parents just asking, what's going on. So now we know that one male teacher is in police custody. We're hoping to learn more about him, and I'm sure we will from the Dalton Police Department very soon.
Right, and let's try to go back to that news conference right now and see who's speaking and get some more information. Bruce Frazier.
To the middle school, and they also rotate between the elementary schools.
So is it possible that the teacher had a gun in the classroom when students were in there prior to when this incident occurred?
I don't know, because I don't know what this teacher's schedule was previous to this incident, but I do know that pretty much from the genesis of the incident, students were not in the classroom, and in fact, the student was not letting students into the classroom, which is when the administration sort of first picked up on the fact that there was a problem. This teacher apparently did not want to involve students in this in any way.
Was the weapon recovered?
It was, yes, ma'am. I don't have information on what kind of weapon it was beyond the fact that it was a handgun.
Do you know when you might have another update?
So my plan right now is to hopefully be back between 30 minutes and 45 minutes to provide another update. And even if I don't have any more information, I'm going to come back because I know that we still have media that are responding to the scene. So sometime between 30 and 45 minutes from now, I'll be back and hopefully have some more information. Thanks a lot.
Okay, so that was Bruce Frazier again, just concluding that first news conference there. And Lori, we were able to gather some more information there. Again, as he was saying, students were not in the classroom. So that's the good news there. The weapon that was recovered, we'd asked that earlier during the noon show, what do we know about this weapon? He says it was a handgun.
Right.
So that's what we know. What other notes were you able to take?
Yeah, no specifics about that handgun yet. He also said, and I found this interesting, this teacher apparently didn't want to involve students, had the door locked, didn't let anyone inside. That's when administrators realized there was a problem, yet this all happened in high school full of students.
Right.
So,
and I think that was the question that they were asking, what was the teacher's motive? What was the teacher intending to do? So many questions there. Right now, I'm told that we're going to go live to Caitlin Chastain. Caitlin, you are at the school, I'm told, and what is going on there now?
Stand by. We are learning more information. We did just speak with the Dalton Police Department. They tell us that there was a shot that was fired inside of a classroom. However, there were no students inside of the classroom. Right now, buses are still taking students from the school and taking them over to the convention center. That is where parents are able to pick them up. The new information we have, we still do not know who the teacher was. That's information we are working to learn, but the police department did say there was one shot fired. However, they say that nobody was injured. The only injury that has been reported was a student that they said allegedly twisted their ankle or something along those lines running out. But as far as that goes, that is the only injury we have heard of. They say that the teacher locked his or herself inside of a classroom and allegedly would not even let any students into the room this morning. So of course we're working to get more information, and we're expecting to hear more from the police department again in about the next half hour. And as we get that information, we will bring it to you both live and online and through the WRCB mobile app. Live in Dalton, Caitlin Chastain, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Caitlin, thank you for that update. And one more thing, we missed part of that news conference when Bruce was talking, but as Caitlin briefly mentioned, we know at least one shot was fired. The Dalton Police Department says the school immediately went on lockdown as soon as that shot was fired, and the weapon has been recovered. It is a handgun, no specifics on that, but again, no children were injured in this other than that one student who was running away from the scene. The suspect, the teacher, the male teacher, now in custody.
Right, and of course still waiting to get more information about this teacher and more about the weapon. Again, we're looking at video right now from the scene, and we're talking about one of the good things about this is that Bruce Frazier was telling us during that news conference is that they are relatively close to the high school, so they were able to get there rather quickly there and diffuse this situation and get it under control. As we were saying, it seems like an eternity, but it was 35 to 40 minutes and they had this situation under control, and the teacher did surrender at this time and has been taken into custody. And again, the good thing, we are happy to report no injuries except for, as we said, a student with an ankle injury. We're believed to have been running, trying to get out of the school. And the students are, as Caitlin was just saying, they are still being taken away from the school at this time. We see the buses right there. If we can watch this live shot, still leaving some of the buses there, and you see the buses in the background right there. So at this time, they are taking the kids away from the school to the Northwest Georgia Convention and Trade Center at this time, which is where they are asking parents to go. Do not come to the school, but go there to the convention center to pick up your child. And one of the things too, just about how this was handled, again, you know, they were prepared, they were ready. As Bruce Frazier said, they got there quickly, and the teacher did surrender. And again, the teacher has been taken into custody. A male teacher at this time. That is all we know. Still waiting to find out more information about that teacher.
Got to be so relieved now, because this is so frightening to get that text message or to get that phone call.
Oh, I could only imagine as a parent getting that call or that text message
and
from
Bruce
your child.
talked about small communities, so news travels fast. So everyone heard about this very quickly. They said they're not sure the gun was in the classroom when students were actually inside the classroom. The teacher was locking the doors, not letting anyone inside. Administrators realized there was a problem. That's when they called police. And again, a very quick response by the Dalton Police Department. We're looking at a live picture right now. You can see the bus is still taking students away to the Trade Center. You can also see those flashing lights and that huge response from local authorities. Right.
And I think at this time, you can't overemphasize how important it is at this point to okay, so I'm sorry, Emily was saying right there, okay, Northwest Georgia Trade and Convention Center. So again, that is where they are taking students at this time.
It looks like it's 2211 Doug Gap
Road.
Doug Gap Battle Road. In Dalton, Georgia. So again, parents, do not go to the high school. Go to the Northwest Georgia Trade and Convention Center. Students are being taken there right now. They are still en route, and that's where you are being told to pick up your child.
All right, let's go live now. Kate Smith is on the phone. She was en route during the noon show. Kate, have you arrived there? So where are you and what are you finding out?
Well, Latrice, I'm now in Dalton, but I'm stuck in traffic on Doug Gap Battle Road, and that's where parents are urged to pick up their children. They're not supposed to go to the high school. They are supposed to go to the convention center. And like I said, I'm stuck in traffic. So many cars out here. I'm assuming they're parents trying to get to their students. We see lots of buses coming from the convention center to the high school picking up these kids, and they are being escorted by police. I know that they're saying if you don't have to be in this area, if you are not a parent, if you do not have a child that attends this school, do not come out this way because you are tying up traffic. Again, you're not supposed to go to the high school. If you have a student that goes to Dalton High School, you're asked to go to the Northeast Georgia Convention Center, and that is on Doug Gap Battle Road. We are slowly trying to get to the convention center to maybe talk to some parents and try to talk to some students about what happened. But like I said, I'm stuck in traffic, so we're slowly getting there. That's what I have for you right now, Latrice.
Kate Smith, thanks so much. Live on the phone there, trying to get to the convention center there. And as you can imagine, Lori, the scene and how chaotic it is as parents want to put their hands on their child to make sure, even though they've been told that they're okay. So everyone trying to get there to the convention center there to get their child. So we're going to continue to update you. And I'm sorry, who do we have now, Emily? Okay, we're going to talk in just a few minutes. But again, just looking at this huge presence, and as we were saying, Lori, they can't not do this because of what happened. You can't take any chances, and especially what we were talking about and what's been happening and just 2 weeks ago. So again, they are going to err on the side of caution to make sure that students are safe and that students are okay.
And the other thing, everyone wants to know more about the motive, this teacher, who he was, what was going on. The most important thing right now, though, is kids are safe.
Yes, we can't stress that enough.
Yes, we do know one shot was fired. We know a handgun has been recovered. And we are expecting to learn more from Bruce Frazier. He said he's going to be updating the media again in about 30 minutes. So hopefully some new information will come out of that news conference.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing too. Again, you think about this, you know, just a normal day, a Wednesday, parents send their kids off to school and then they get this call.
Right, they're expecting them to be safe.
They're expecting them to be safe. And then they get the call that shots are fired. And as you were saying, in a small community where news travels fast and you're wondering, oh my goodness, what's happening? Is my child safe? Is my child okay? And you get this news, and then when you hear, again, like the shots were fired, but again, we're being told from Bruce Frazier that there were not any students in the classroom at the time. The teacher had barricaded himself in the classroom and locked the door. So there were no teachers in the classroom, no students in the classroom at that time. The weapon has been recovered. All that we know at this time is that it was a handgun. So that is what we know also. And as you were saying, Bruce Frazier is going to continue to update us throughout the day, and hopefully we'll be hearing from him again in about the next